some of the things that you'll need to make sensory balloons are obviously some balloons. I got them kind of have a really big round circumference to them. Then you're going to need things to put inside of your balloons. So whatever you have around the house that can create a different sensory experience. I have something chunky like beans. I'm going to use something kind of slimy and liquidy like soap. Cornstarch is really good. It has a really nice texture. Rice or even some sand. This is some leftover colored rice I have. I have a video on how to color rice if you want to see that. I'll put the link in the description box. And then I think I'm going to try, you know, you get these little mini Play-Dohs in party bags. I'm going to try stuffing this inside some balloons to see what that's like. So you and I can both try that out as I go along. So to get started, what you're going to need to do is to first blow up your balloons. And I found that this is the best thing to do to get your balloons a little stretchy. So stretch them out and then go ahead and blow them up and let them hold that air inside for a while. And by blowing them up and stretching them out like this, it's just really going to help expand the balloon for when you fill them up. And then when you're all done letting them stretch out for a little bit, maybe a minute or two, go ahead and let the air out. And now your balloon has a little bit more give. I'm going to use a funnel to insert my rice. Now I made sure that the end of my funnel is kind of further inside the balloon, and that will just make it all go in a little bit easier. And then I'm going to pour in my rice. Alright, so now I got my rice in. I'm going to just slip the balloon off. Some extra there. And tie it off. Alright, so now you have a balloon that when you squish it, feel the resistance. Now, I've also read, I haven't done it yet, that you can double up on your balloons and put a balloon over this. You would do that before you filled it up. So if you wanted to make sure that if this broke, it didn't go all over the place, then I would definitely put a balloon, a second balloon over the first balloon before you fill it up. Alright, so for this one I am going to put in my beans, and because my neck of the balloon is rather small, I'm going to kind of gently open it up a little bit, like so. It'd help if I have another pair of hands, and put my beans in this way. Alright, so I tied off the one with the beans inside. Once again, consider having an additional layer, and always supervise your children when using these because they can break because they are balloons, and they can create messes. This one I went ahead and just pumped some hand soap into the mouth, and I'm going to tie this one off. Make sure there's some extra air out here. And so this one's kind of like, almost like a water balloon, but a little bit more slimy and slippery. In this one, I'm going to use my funnel, and I'm going to put some cornstarch in it. Once again, I made sure that the mouth of the funnel is inside the base of the balloon instead of the neck to make sure that the cornstarch goes in a little easier. Alright, so I went ahead and tied off my cornstarch one. Try to make sure that you get as much air out as possible, because if there's too much air in it, it just increases the chances of popping. And then lastly, I have these little Play-Doh canisters. I'm going to pop these open and put them inside a balloon. Okay, so I got the Play-Doh in there. No, you can't see it, but it is in there. I'm going to get the air out. Excuse my dirty hands. And tie it off. This one is Play-Doh. It's squishy, it's pliable. And you can talk about all of the sensorial things when you play with these with your child. This one is cornstarch. It's a little squishy. I need to take out more air out of this one. This one's slimy, it's soap. You could also use like slime that you find at the dollar store. This one is kind of has a nice sound to it. It's rice inside. You could also use sand for this. And this one is a little rough. It is our bean balloon. You can also consider using marbles as well, or some of those little glass rocks, or even beads would be fun. That's all I have for you guys today. Click subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Have fun with your sensory balloons, well supervised of course, and give me a thumbs up or a like to show your love. See you next time. Alright, so as you can see, I put a dot on each one of the puzzle pieces for this puzzle in purple, and now